The reason this keeps feeling like we are always in another cycle is because what we are experiencing is evolution. We have been separating that concept from the concept of our ascension, what we're going through right now. If you look at the physical evidence gathered about human evolution on this planet using modern science, it takes many, many generations to produce slight general changes in the physiology of a group. Think about this: the tissue, cells, organs, eating habits, the lifespan, even down to the bacteria that the body prefers, and many things in between. If you reach back and see through human history, across groups, what has been recorded, how the height may have changed, how the bone density may have changed, all of that, and how this took hundreds of years. Psychological, emotional, and therefore behavioral shifts. Okay, they could happen more quickly, but they were still very directly connected, correlated, if you will, with these physiological changes, okay? So they were happening very slowly. But what we are experiencing now is the rapid, fast-paced expediency of that, the speeding up of these things. Our ascension essentially is this evolution that humans have only learned about through archaeological digs and from historians, through empirical means, through the traditional modern scientific community. Okay? What we have learned through that structure, through that machine, is now what we are experiencing almost in real time. The DNA structure changing, our emotional, behavioral model, not just slightly changing, but completely rewriting itself. And we are able right now to become consciously aware of this. We are conscious of this. So these are two main differences: the ability of us to be able to detect it and for it to be able to happen at all. These are the Arcturians. Remember, what humans are more massively being able to consciously detect themselves. Modern science is just beginning to scratch the surface of recognizing this as fact. And there are many reasons for this. Stay in your heart space, but understand that there have been forces trying to keep you shrouded from your abilities. But in your power, you understand that your awareness and steady alignment with your heart creates a fortitude of near invulnerability. So of course it has not been using these tools. We say it because it is a machine, a structure like so many other structures that you are toppling. And so keep in mind that humans had also been largely blocked from these tools and therefore also unable to detect this speeding up. The symptoms that you may experience now in your awareness are a result of that speeding up. We also want you to know that the tools we speak of are the psychic tools many of you are coming to realize: clear feeling, hearing, seeing, and knowing. But do understand, the biggest block that caused the shutdown of access to your higher existence was the blocking of your heart. The cutting off of unconditional love from you to yourself and others through social and psychological warfare. End transmission. So now, the reason the cycles of shedding layers and rebuilding that we're going through now seem continuous at times is because this evolution is happening exponentially faster than our human brains can really process. But as we expand and merge with the higher dimensions of ourselves, we can feel the ease of this. The less we attempt to use old logic to process it, the more it makes sense in our bodies. Think about this. When the veil was still much more tightly in place and people could rarely tap into their higher senses, they couldn't really access the light encodements in the same way and integrate them. Before, it would take hundreds, perhaps thousands of years to see a significant physical difference in people. Now we are literally seeing changes in a month, a year, maybe even days, depending on the changes. We're talking physical, behavioral, ability to manifest and use our magic, all of these things. And it seems so unreal that sometimes we may begin to forget how vast the changes really are, at least until we are re-immersed into 3D situations And then people's reactions or behavior let you know the extent of your changes if you're paying attention. And so all of this is happening according to our agreed upon terms. We are all in this together, my friends. You are all each so important, large, strong, powerful, bigger than you probably realize. I love you so much, my friends. And thank you to all the new subscribers for keeping your hearts open, listening, getting up every day and going through this every day. This is, and I've said this before, not the easiest journey, but getting easier. And we certainly make it look easy. But it is indeed a journey. Love you all so much, my friends. Namaste.